Okay. Thank you. Thank you to the organization for inviting me. It's a privilege to be here with all of you. I am totally aware about, I am the only one between you and the lunchtime. So I'll try to be very precise and to spend 15 minutes in order to help us. I am here to talk about, most of you will know Intel as the worldwide leader in designing and manufacturing microprocessors. But today I'm here to talk about the lesser known side of Intel. A few of you will know that Intel is deeply committed to help and to design, to put their technology to help people or to improve the health and the healthcare. We have specific teams composed by the ethnographers, social scientists, of course designers and engineers, to try to adapt our technology in order to improve the healthcare. We started this task in 1999, so it's a recently experience, but we have some results now. This is a map of the world, and this shows the percentage of the age of the population. It's the typical study that this morning we have shown several examples. When you talk about elderly people, some questions arise, so you have to have in mind some questions. And we are looking for the specific problems associated with agents. Also, the challenges facing by the aging people and their caregivers. And what our platform should do to help all that people to face that challenges. To do that, Intel started to work in an ethnographic study in 2002 in the USA, and also extend this study throughout Europe in 2006, focusing mainly in 7 countries in Europe. This is UK, Germany, Italy, France, Spain, Sweden, and Ireland. And we have some, we utilize some ethnographic techniques such as open-ended interviews, such as multi-date visits at home. We visit more than 80 households, 30 hospitals and centers around these countries. And I'd like to share with you some of the findings that we get of this study. Because when we designed this study, we would like to ask some questions. For example, understand the difference in culture between in people that are facing the age. This morning, Julio Lorca told us something that is important, that the difference in people are important. We totally agree with that. The challenges, we would like to challenge all prevailing assumptions about what it means to grow old. We would like to challenge that, to figure out if it is true or not, the common assumptions are correct. And of course, we would like to adapt our technology to help all that people to meet these challenges. I'd like to show you a video which explains the purpose of this study. Okay, thank you.
I'm Simon Roberts, and I'm a social scientist that works with Intel. Intel is certainly unusual in that it has a very large number of anthropologists and other social scientists on its full-time staff. We've been looking at the experience of aging, try and develop healthcare solutions, healthcare technologies that people can use to look after their health in the context of their own home. When I came and met Brendan and Joan, I spent a lot of time in the field with Brendan and a lot of time eating cake and drinking tea with Joan. You know, we have a fairly detailed kind of schedule of questions, but it's very much about letting people lead you where they want to lead you, and keeping it conversational, making people feel comfortable.
Got engaged in 69, and he's a good man, I have to say.
Yeah.
Quiet chap, always was.
We're beginning to understand that there are some key areas where people are looking for some assistance. There's a great deal of evidence that suggests that the stronger your social networks in later life, the healthier you remain, both physically and mentally. We found surprisingly few people who are willing to say, I'm old, I just watch telly now.
I have to go swimming first. Like I might go in and I'm all sore and all that, but when I come out, I'm a new woman.
It was very much about getting out and doing something that gave them some meaning in life.
But this job, it gives me an interest. It gets me up out of the bed in the morning, that's what it is.
Brendan's had diabetes for over 30 years, and Joan does a lot of the management for him.
He depends on me. He relies on me so much.
Whilst we can't replace Joan, I think we can support Joan in being, having her freedom, having an ability to do what she wants to do. But, the safety and the knowledge that Brendan can look after himself. The people I've spoken to over the course of last year, they fought wars, and, they've seen a lot of upheaval in a very turbulent century, and we have a duty, as sons or daughters or as a society, we have a duty to actually look after these people. And we think there's amazing ability for technology to play. We're trying to go out into the world and understand what is going on, and then as a company to bring that inside and say, okay, where's the meaningful role that we can play?
Okay, during this study, we find a lot of difference in these countries, but also we uncover common themes that, at least in these 7 countries, appear with the elderly people. And some of them are very surprising. For example, people over 60 are not against technology, are really receptive of technology, because it's a chance to be more independent. So this is something that surprised, because at first sight you can imagine that people is not happy using new technologies, or it isn't not true. Another thing is the need of engagement, the need of be connected. In this case, it's important because sometimes the technology helps them to maintain their own hobbies, to be active. The importance of social connection. Everybody reflects that they don't have isolate, and even the people is happy to make concessions in order to be connected with other people. And if you can put technology there that break the barriers of their own house, they're happy with that. The desire to maintain independence. This is important also because most of our seniors that we interviewed are happy with the idea to be more, take the control of their own lives as much as possible. This is the fifth part is difficulty adapting the changes. This is true because most of the people, when you talk about they agree about prevention, about modifying habits for preventing something, but when you are talking about you and that you have to change your habits in order to improve something related to your own health, people are reluctant to change. This is a fact that we have to have in mind in order to design new technology. And of course, one of the most important things that we have found is the critical role of the family caregiver. This is a critical piece that has to be put in place if we want to maintain, if we want to help their people at home. Normally, every project that we can put in place has to